Ashe, greetings, grand rising, a grand day, and peace and goodwill to you all. Once again, my fellow natural native earthly humans. Yes, you, the earth's organic humans and soulful humans, you, my fellow humans with soul the world over. You don't know I am yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. Many thanks again for stopping by and giving up your time to listen to another perspective with yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. Welcome to this part 24 and the continuation of the great big black and white lie exposed. If by chance you have not yet watched part 1 through to part 23, and hopefully in that consecutive order, I ask that you please do so before watching this part 24, or that you please do so at your earliest convenience. I honestly do think and believe that if at all you are seriously interested in getting the facts and the most truthful understanding, and overstanding of what I'm talking about in this series, I highly recommend that you please go and watch part 1 and follow through to the end. For those of you who have been following this series thus far, or might have been listening to yours truly speak on this topic elsewhere and over the years, you will have no doubt, you would have noticed and no doubt came to the right conclusion that I, the mystic philosopher, had made it my personal mission to expose this lie, and by extension, expose these lies, yes, the great big black and white lie, and to have most of you, if not all of you, my people, and others to whom it may concern, come to the knowledge of the proven truth, and to be enlightened to the very destructive effects this lie, and by extension, these lies have had and are having on every aspect of our daily lives. And having come to the knowledge and the proven truth, hopefully you will then begin to redeem yourselves from the curses of being ignorant to this lie, and by extension from the curses of being ignorant to these lies. Hopefully you will begin to emancipate yourselves from both the mental, the spiritual, psychological, and physical slavery that this lie, and again by extension that these lies, have cast upon you. For your information, my people, as the late Robert Nesta Marley, in one of his most famous songs titled Redemption Songs, said, and I quote, "Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, for none but ourselves can free our minds," unquote. Now, from this we must logically interpret, understand, and overstand, and sensibly agree that no one can save or deliver us, and no one is coming to save or to deliver us from whatever situation we are in this reality. No religion, no politician, no God, no Lord, no Allah, no Yahweh, no Messiah, no Christ, you name it or you name them. The fact is that it is all up to us, individually and collectively, to save and deliver ourselves. And how do we do that? You might be asking. It's by gaining the required knowledge, by becoming enlightened, by getting out of darkness, meaning blackness, getting out of blackness, meaning getting out of ignorance. For as it has been written hundreds and if not thousands of years ago, and both written and said by the sages, wise men and women, and I quote, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." And quote unto them, "My people are perishing, my people are being destroyed." We are being destroyed. Why? For lack of knowledge. And as it is my custom, let me quickly again remind you of my main objectives, meaning the goals that I hope to have achieved by the end of this series, and the messages and facts that I intend to successfully convey to you all, my very patient, astute, and tolerant viewers, listeners, independent thinkers, and above all, truth seekers. And my objectives are at least 9. And they are as follows. Number 1 is to show and prove to you all, my fellow highly melanin and highly carbon skin complexion, natural native earthly humans, why we should not and why we must not call ourselves black. Number 2 is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not pronounce upon ourselves black or allow others to pronounce upon us the word black. Number 3 is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not identify with the word black or answer to the word black or allow others to call, label, list, identify, name, and bestow on us black. A black people, a black community, a black business, a black nation, a black country, and a black race of people, etc. Number 4, and by the same token, is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not call, label, list, identify, name, and bestow on Caucasians or anyone or any other melanin and carbon skin complexion deficient race of people, or if you prefer any other palm people or pale skin, pinkish pale skin, reddish pink, you name it, any type for that matter. We should not bestow on them the word white. In fact, it's to show and prove to you that by calling, naming, marking, listing, profiling, and labeling, etc., the aforementioned people white is to consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, literally, spiritually, psychologically, physically, intellectually, and otherwise profess and confess with your own tongue, with your own mouth, with your own vibration, that they are your superior and that you are their inferior. They are the light, that you are professing that they are the light and that you are the darkness. But please stay tuned. I will have much more to say on that as I continue to expose these lies. And number 5 is to show and prove to you that the English word black, or more correctly, the English word black, is a curse word. Take off the B and what do you get? It's a curse word. It's a word that brings only bad luck. It's a word that brings only a bad omen, subjugation, humiliation, mental and physical enslavement, mistrust, harassment, injustice, hatred, and misfortune, and much, much more upon all those whom it has been called, cast and broadcast, recast and rebroadcast. So number 6 is to show and prove to you that the earth and our Mother Earth and all her natural inhabitants are under the spell and the curse of black and blackness. And number 7 is to show and prove to you from the Caucasoid imperialist and colonizers' own dictionaries, namely the English dictionaries, that the people that have called, named, labeled, and listed themselves as white people and are calling, naming, labeling, and listing themselves white are not at all white. You have to be blind not to see that, spiritually and physically as well. It is to show and prove that to you that nothing about them is at all white. In fact, it is to also show and prove to you that if or when most things, if not all things, are intelligently, honestly, seriously, meticulously, and sincerely considered, most of them, if not all of them, are what? Black. It is to show and prove to you that they are the real and true black ones, the real and true black people, and thus, and in accordance to their own English dictionaries, meaning and definition of the word black, coupled with their works, coupled with their deeds, their actions, their present, their past, their history, and their track record, their carnage, their brutality, their inhumanity, their bloodbath and exploitation, etc., etc., among all natural natives, people of the earth with whom they have encountered. Most of them, if not all of them, are the ones that should and must be called, labeled, listed, marked, profiled, and named black. I ask that you please stay tuned and pay very close attention to this point as I delve deeper and deeper into this topic. And it is also to show and prove that not all of the people that are called, labeled, listed, named black are indeed black. Not all of us, let me just say that they broad brush and call us black. But we have some very dangerous black one among us. But stay tuned, I will be dealing with that topic as promised separately. Number 8 is to show and prove to you that this our current existence upon this planet is a game, and one in which we melanin, we carbon skin complexion people are being played like pawns on the chessboard. It's a game that is heavily stacked against us, and that in order to change, for us to change the game in our favor, or at least to get a little better play at it, we have to change the name black. We have to stop calling ourselves black, and all of its synonyms and euphemisms as well. Stay tuned, we'll be touching on euphemisms and synonyms as well. Number 9 is to help awaken and enlighten you, my fellow highly enriched in melanin and carbon skin complexion people, you the earth's organic humans and natural native earthly humans, of the fact that by you allowing allowing yourselves to be called, named, labeled, marked, profiled, listed, etc. as black, and to have the word black pronouns are cast, broadcast, recast, and rebroadcast daily on you, is also to voluntarily surrender your dignity, voluntarily surrender your integrity. It's an insult to your own intellect, and it's to voluntarily surrender your self-respect, and above all is also to voluntarily it is voluntary to surrender to the black spell. In fact, it's also to insult the integrity of our own ancestors, and to surrender to the black spell and its sorcerers and practitioners. But much, much more on these facts as I continue to delve deeper and deeper into this series. Please stay tuned. So, as mentioned in my last presentation, part 23, that I have been accused by at least one of you, my listeners, or, on second thought, maybe my accuser was just a random listener that just came across one of my videos and decided to say something, whether he made sense or not. But the fact still remains that he accused me of spreading nonsense, meaning I am saying things that are not sensible or logical. Lies, meaning I'm spreading lies. I am saying things that have no basis in fact. And thus, I am mischievously misinforming and misleading people, and thus spreading propaganda as if I have some political agenda. However, I have both requested and challenged my accuser, or anyone else for that matter, that may disagree with what I'm saying, and the arguments that I am putting forth or have already made, and those I will be putting forward in my videos. I challenge and request that they please prove me wrong. I ask that they please correct me if they think I'm wrong, and if they think or know that they can prove me wrong in what I'm saying. I ask that they please do a video rebuttal in which they provide evidence, solid arguments, logic, and reasoning to the contrary of what I'm saying, and what I, the mystic philosopher, both perceive and think I know to be lies that I'm exposing, the lies that I'm exposing as set forth in my aforementioned objectives. However, to date, I'm now on 24, series number part 24, To date, no one has responded to my request or my challenge for anyone to prove what I'm saying to be that it is false. So far, and in all my previous episodes, I have given you some of the meanings and definitions of the English curse word black from the imperialist colonialist own dictionary or own language and their dictionaries. In this case, the English dictionary, and in particular, been using the Winston Canadian Dictionary for Schools. And from that one dictionary, the Winston Canadian Dictionary for Schools, and others as well, but that from one in particular alone, the first thing that we learn is that the word black is an adjective. Just Google it and you'll see the first thing there. It is what? An adjective. The second thing that we learn is that the word black is the opposite of the word white. The third thing that we learn is that the word black means nothing good and no one good. The fourth thing that we learn is that the word black represents nothing that is good and no one that is good. The fifth thing that we learn is that the word black describes nothing that is good or no one that is good. The sixth thing that we learn is that the word black is a bad word and a curse word, meaning that it is a word that is used by its owners, the black magicians and sorcerers, and others that are in the know to cast spells of bad luck, misfortune, bad omen upon their intended victims and their victims. And that those upon whom it has been cast, broadcast, recast, and rebroadcast, and is casting, broadcasting, and rebroadcasting, are under the spell, thus they are hypnotized by it. Meaning they don't even know that they are, they don't even know, and they can't even know that they are under the curse of the Belak spell. Consequently, they are stressed, depressed, oppressed, harassed, victimized, belittled, brutalized, dehumanized, mentally, spiritually, physically, psychologically unalived, and all manner of blackness, meaning evil, are mercilessly done to them. The seventh thing that we learn is that the word black means and is defined as evil along with all its synonyms and euphemisms as well. The eighth thing that we learn is that opposites are not equal or the same, and nor are opposites treated equally and the same, and nor can they be treated equally and the same. Therefore, if black is the opposite of white, and black is evil, and black represents evil, etc., then white is good. White is good and white represents good. If black means war, and black represents war, then white, its opposite, means peace. And white represents what? Peace. The ninth thing that we learn is that if black is dark, then white is light. The 10th thing that we learn is that black is up. If black is up on top, then guess where white is? White is down at the bottom, or vice versa. If white is on top, black is at the bottom. Opposites. The 11th thing that we learn is that black is inferior. Or rather, if black is inferior, we learn that it is inferior. But let's use the word inferior. If we learn that if black is inferior, then white is opposite is what? Superior. The 12th thing that we learn is that anything or anyone black is evil, and anything or anyone white is good. 13th thing that we learn is that a black woman or a black man is an evil man or an evil woman. While a white man or a white woman is a good man or a good woman. We learn that a black man or a black woman, by meaning and definition, is a corrupt man or woman. And a white man or a woman, by meaning and definition, is a pure and innocent man or woman. We learn that a black man is sinful. He's a sinful man. And a white man, his opposite, is a man that is pure, blameless, blemishless, and without sin. We learn that a black man or a black woman is a very dangerous man or a very dangerous woman, a threatening man and a threatening woman. And a white man or a white woman is a harmless, inoffensive, mild, and safe man or woman to either approach or to be around with. You feel safe. That's what we learn. The opposites, think it, check it for yourself. We also learn that a Caucasian, and especially a black Caucasian, let me repeat. We also learn that when a Caucasian, a Caucasoid, or Caucasian, and especially a black Caucasian, sees one of us, or sees all of us, the earth's natural native human, the earth's organic human, we the humans with soul, and that are with humans with soul that are endowed and enriched with melanin and highly carbon skin complexion. When they see us in their gross and inherent blackness, what they see and what they perceive is not a fellow human or their equal, but what they see, and the only thing that they can see, is a black man or a black woman or a bunch of people that is black. Thus, threatening, what they see is a threat. They see us as threatening, a threatening man or a threatening woman or a threatening bunch of people, and thus consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, evoking the deadliest of all emotions in themselves. Yes, the emotions called what? Fear. And the evidence shows that fear in both humans and animals alike dictates that all threat should and must be what? Eliminated. And by any and every means necessary. Thus their inherent instinct is to get rid of us. To get rid of us. Suppress, whatever, get rid of us. It's natural. It's their inherent instinct. And by the same token, my brothers and sisters, we also learn that when a police officer, aka a cop, also known as a cop, police officer, and especially a black Caucasian police officer, sees one of us, or all of us, the earth's natural native humans, the earth's organic humans, the humans with soul that are endowed and enriched with melanin and highly carbon skin complexion. When they see us if one of them see us, or when they see us in their gross and inherent blackness, remember it's inherent, and we'll get to that another time, blackness, they are predisposed for that. What they see and what they perceive is not a fellow human or their equal, but what they see, and the only thing that they can see, is a black man or a black woman. Listen to them describe what they see. They see a black man or a black woman or a bunch of black people. Thus, what they see is a threatening man or a threatening woman or a threatening bunch of people. And thus, consciously or unconsciously, evoking in them or in themselves the deadliest of all emotions. And what is that? The emotion called fear. Remember, when they kill you or they hurt you or anything, they won't talk to you. The first thing they want to do is cuff you because they say they feel threatened. Yes. So the emotions of fear is evoking them once they see us, because it is ingrained in them that we are black. Because they call us black, it resonates, it evokes the emotion, it provokes them, it makes them act sometimes unconsciously. Not all of them deliberately and intentionally go out to hurt people or to hurt us, but it's I'll talk about that another time. If some lawyers know how to get them off of them, the case that some of them are charged for. And that's why they said everything they said, I feel threatened. Because the word black means threatening. It's theirs. They were trained to see black as threatening. But anyway, we'll get back to that. And the evidence shows that fear in both humans and animals alike dictates that all threats should and must be what? Eliminated by any and every means necessary. Thus their inherent instinct, the cops' inherent instinct, and sometimes it's not just cockaside cops. Yes, if you think about it, even our own people, cops, on any island or anywhere, they approach the person that they were taught is white and believed to be white with more respect, with more dignity. They don't treat it because that word I tell you, people learn about it. Get rid of it. Don't call your children black. Please help the new generation. We soon going out, help the new generation learn truth and facts and logic and get from under the curse. So one says yes. They follow you. I watched a video yesterday. This young man in his neighborhood just walking with his headphone. It was his day off. And a group of cops just accosted him. They abused him. They insulted him. I'm telling you, why? Because they see black, they see evil, they see threat, they see disgrace, they see everything that the word black means. And some of you may be asking, how comes other people and other people of position ain't talking about this? But I will be talking about that. Why the preachers, why the politicians, why the educators, why these learned professors? Because they are benefiting from it. Because they like the status. But we'll talk about it. The mystic philosopher is not afraid to break it down and show it to you. Stay tuned. Thus, their inherent, once they see us, their inherent nature is to do what? To get rid of us. Either to lock you up, to cuff you, to humiliate you, to bring you to court, to put you in jail, to whatever. That's how deep and dangerous that word black is. Anyhow, my fellow natural native earthly humans, let me ask you this question now. My fellow natural native earthly humans, with soul, considering the facts on all the meanings and definition of the word black, please ask yourself this question. Of all the known races of humans and humankind alike, and their history that have traveled upon this, our planet and Mother Earth, which one that the word black best and most appropriately described? And my answer is that it is the Caucasian race of humankind, and thus the term, the phrase, appropriate phrase, the black Caucasians. But I will provide much more proof as I continue in part 25, so stay tuned. Please stay tuned. In the interest of time, I will we'll have to end it here. So this will be the end of part 24. So please stay tuned. Please stay tuned for part 25. There is much more thought-provoking insights and perspective, etc. to come. So please, again, I ask that you please stay tuned for the continuation of this in part 25. There I will pick up right where I'm leaving off here. So in the meantime, let me say thanks for watching and for listening. And your feedback or your feed forward, your rebuttals, your questions and comments are all welcome and encouraged. I don't care what it is. Just make it make sense. And if you think or believe that these my presentations are worth sharing, please share. Let it even though you might not think, in fact, share it. Let somebody else come to their own conclusion. Discuss it with your friends, your family, right? And so forth. But in the meantime and between time, here's willing that in your becoming that you be more and more and much more, and definitely not less. Ashe, I say. Yes, I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, I say.